All right. Ready? Just get that last little stretchy stretch, like gotta get prepped. Little sip of the crack.
Yeah, you have an addiction, bro. Honest, your hair looks so good, man.
True.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, like every
I
time I
love
see
it.
it just looks better.
I love it.
Okay. Which episode is this? This 7?
7.
6? 7. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Is
Okay.
it 7? Oh, okay.
What up, you guys? Welcome back to the Savvy Scoundrel Slayers podcast, episode number 7. I'm your boy SG.
Honest.
Caption.
Fine.
And we're the Savvy Scoundrel Slayers. Today, we have a lot of fun stuff on tap for you. We are going to be diving a little bit more into who we are as people, and we're going to be talking about the 16 personalities test. For those of you that don't know what that is, it's based off of the Myers-Briggs personality test. It is an official psychological examination that they give out to determine, what your strengths and weaknesses are as a person, and what kind of how that impacts you and your life, and how you interact with other people, and both in your personal life and professional life, your romantic life, whatever. Right. So we've all taken the test, and we're going to start off by going through and talking about, each person will say, like, this is what I am, this is what this means, etc. And we're going to start with Honest, because he's above me.
Fair. I definitely am. Like, if you look at our ranks, or but
Roasted.
I got something to say about that. I'm pretty sure I'm the highest rank here, so yeah.
yeah, that's why you're up here with me.
Listen.
Oh, okay,
Listen. In reality, I'm one KLP challenger, so all of you are beneath me as it is.
Arnold ADC, one
Well,
KLP challenger.
It looks like we're
Man.
above you right now. Me and Taption.
Fair.
Are there any challenger Ash players?
No. Not that I know of.
I mean,
I mean,
look
there
at-
could be
Ash
challenger
on the
players that
stream.
play Ash occasionally.
Yeah, that
Is
play
there a
Ash
challenge-
occasionally. Is there a challenger Ash OTP? No, not that I know of. I
Yeah,
watch a
probably
lot of
not.
old Uzi videos.
Or maybe they
Old
don't
Uzi
stream.
videos. Or maybe they don't stream. There's not a lot of Ash
They
players.
probably stream as often as Fawn does.
Probably, honestly. Yeah, there's not a lot of us. There's not a lot of Ash players, which is why. Wait, what did you say? What did you say?
I said they probably stream as much as Fawn does.
That wasn't that funny.
I thought
It
that was
was
pretty
if
funny.
you were in our conversation last night.
Oh, dang. See? They just leaving us out, Taption. You see how this is? You see how they are?
Well,
Bruh.
Taption was there, but I think it went like this,
Yeah, just
Read your personality,
Jeff Dunham.
Honest. Read your personality.
Yeah, what's your personality? Let's get into it.
Mine is the campaigner, ENFP. I'll read like the first little introduction part. Campaigners are true free spirits, outgoing, open-hearted, and open-minded. With their lively, upbeat approach to life, they stand out in any crowd. But even though they can be the life of the party, campaigners don't just care about having a good time. These personality types run deep, as does their longing for meaningful emotional connection with others. Which
That
is
sounds very much
true.
like you. Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like connecting with people. What about you, Taption?
Alright, mine is a logician. It is a people with trait with I, introverted, N, T, P. T is thinking and P is perspective, and N is. Anyone remember what N is?
There's.
Good question.
I think N is intuitive.
Yeah, intuitive.
Yeah, I think N is intuitive.
Oh, that would make sense. Yes.
Yeah. And I'll read a small blurb about logicians. It says logicians pride themselves on unique perspective and vigorous intellect. They can't help but puzzle over the mystery of the universe, which may explain why some of the most influential philosophers and scientists of all time have been logicians. This personality type is fairly rare, but with creativity and inventiveness, logicians aren't afraid to stand out from the crowd.
That sounds like you. I like that. I like
Yeah.
that one.
All
Okay,
right,
so
on.
I'm not sure what y'all are reading. Like, what are y'all reading? Y'all are just reading your little bio.
Yeah, if you
in
go
the
to
email?
personality type on the website, you go to the section personality types and then click on yours.
Oh, okay, I
It's
see.
that first little paragraph.
Yeah, it's like the first little paragraph that tells you the summary.
Oh,
of
there
your
we go. There we
personality.
go. There we go. Okay, I see it. Okay, I'm a protagonist, a ENFJT. So that's the turbulent one, apparently. Protagonist feel called to serve a huh?
Shots fired.
Hey.
Protagonists feel called to serve a greater purpose in life. Thoughtful and idealistic, these personality types strive to have a positive impact on other people and the world around them. They rarely shy away from an opportunity to do the right thing, even when doing so is far from easy. Protagonists are born leaders, which explains why these personalities can be found among noble politicians, coaches, and teachers. Their passion and charisma allows them to inspire others, not just in their careers, but in every area of their lives, including their relationships. Few things bring protagonists a deeper sense of joy and fulfillment than guiding friends and loved ones to grow into their best selves.
Aww.
Wow.
Aww. I love it when you guys succeed. That is true. This is me.
Main character
Okay.
syndrome.
Okay.
I am the main character, and my personality type confirms
trust me,
it.
we know.
You are the community host.
True. And now, last but
perfect
not
for me.
least, Honest, would you like to tell us what your personality is?
Why is it every single time, dude? Why does including our teammates get the
His name is
mixed
Hidden.
up? Hidden.
You said honest.
Honest,
I said
hidden.
honest?
Honest, hidden, hidden, honest. Honest, hidden, honest. Hidden has hat, honest has hair. Okay?
I don't get where the confusion comes from either. There's no resemblance between the two of you. I don't know. And it's not just me. I've literally
It's a
seen
lot of
like
people.
5 other people get you two mixed up. It's
And
not
that's
just
literally-
me.
that's just the ones you've seen. And
That's
every
literally.
day, we
Dude,
probably get
it's
mixed
literally-
up in his chats and
It's
in
4 to
mine.
5 times an event minimum.
Meanwhile, I'm like, bro, what?
I didn't even notice that I said something wrong. It
No,
was
it's
so
okay.
natural. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry.
Sorry, honest, we'll just have to cut this part. Or leave it,
Oh,
because it's
I'm
funny.
keeping it.
It's pretty funny.
All right, SG, your
All
turn.
right. So mine's wait, specifically, okay, it's an ESTPA, which is an assertive entrepreneur. And what that means is entrepreneurs always have an impact on their immediate surroundings. The best way to spot them at a party is to look for the whirling eddy of people flitting about them as they move from group to group. Laughing and entertaining with a blunt and earthy humor, entrepreneur personalities love to be the center of attention. If an audience member is asked to come on stage, entrepreneurs volunteer a shy friend. Theory, abstract concepts, and plotting discussions about global issues and their implications don't keep entrepreneurs interested for long. Entrepreneurs keep their conversations energetic with a good dose of intellect, but they like to talk about what is, or better yet, just go out and do it. Entrepreneurs leap before they look, fixing their mistakes as they go, rather than sitting idle, preparing contingencies and escape clauses.
True.
Okay.
But I
see
feel
some
like
resemblance.
I see it a little bit, but I feel like SG. Oh, hold on. But I feel like I feel like you always have like 7 contingency plans. Like something catches
That's what
on fire.
I'm saying, dude. I don't think this is accurate. I want to retake this test because,
because originally
Fawn
took
and I
it
used to have
before.
the same one.
and
Yeah.
Fawn and I
you
used
were
to
the
have the
assertive
same
one. Yeah, you
Yeah.
were the assertive and I was the turbulent one, which made sense because we do have very similar personalities. Which is why I'm like, but you always have like I said, it's like 7 contingency plans set
if
up.
this goes wrong, this is who's taking care of it. Like,
Yeah.
so I don't know. I disagree with this because, and I honest to God, don't remember taking this test that gets this result. Like, I remember taking the one with Fawn before when we were talking about like team compositions and who's going to be the shot caller and all of these things. And Fawn and I, we had a whole ass conversation about this.
That was our conversation as to how we became friends.
Facts.
That was how we became friends, man. Nah, man.
So I don't know what's going on with this.
I say we have another day where we retake the test and see if our results has changed.
True.
That's true.
I agree. We'll have to do that before the next podcast. We'll revisit this and then we'll come back. But regardless, we have these results. Let's talk about it. How do you think this matches you and your personality? Again, actually, we'll start with Fawn this time, since we started with Honest last time. Yep.
I gotta start with me. I mean, I feel like
you're in the
this is
opposite
accurate.
direction.
Okay, that's fair. I feel. Oh, her pants are so cute. Sorry, I'm distracted.
Fawn says your pants are cute.
You know, I love you. Okay, so I feel like this is like pretty much my like. I mean, this is my personality. I definitely got a severe case of main character syndrome. That is for sure. Like, you know, that. Damn, don't agree so hard, guys. Jeez.
Yeah, sure.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
I mean, yeah, but that's why I play ADC, because, you know, like I say, all ADC players, we definitely got main character syndrome for sure. We're like, I mean, I carry, But I mean, this is true. Like, I definitely like, you know, seeing my friends like prosper and become their best selves. So like, that's definitely, because, you know, I get more excited than y'all get when you do something cool. I'm like, yes. I love seeing my friends take dubs more than I like to see myself take dubs, to be completely honest with you.
Go to the introduction and scroll down to the very bottom.
Okay, let's see. Very bottom.
Campaigners you may know, or I guess in your case.
Protagonist: Barack Obama, Oprah Winfrey, John Cusack, and Ben Affleck.
And you can press over to see more.
Malala, I don't want to try to say the last name because I know I'm gonna butcher it. Sean Connery, Jennifer Lawrence, Maya Angelou. Yes, we love that. Hello? Morpheus, The Matrix, Elizabeth Bennet from Pride and Prejudice, the Oracle from The Matrix. Yo, this is actually kind of cool. Yeah, I like this. Yeah. I like that. I like
Nick
these. Yeah. All right, Toption. Your turn.
So logicians, it says that, you know, they can't stop, you know, thinking about, you know, the mystery of the universe and the world. And I do see some portion of that in my life, because I bet you guys heard it once or twice. I always say, what is life? I always question, you know, my existence and, you know, the reason why I'm doing certain things. And I always seem to be questioning either myself, my actions, or my surroundings in a certain way. So I do see resemblance in that perspective. I also see a resemblance. There's a section in here where it says logicians are introverts, and they tend to get tired from socializing. And that is one that I resonate with so much. when I go outside to hang out with friends, I don't realize it at the moment. But then as soon as I come back or say goodbye to them and come back to the house, I see myself just tired AF, not willing to do anything, just lie in the sofa, and I'm like, I'm never going out again. Even though at the moment I was having fun with my friends and it was all good, it was just people take energy from me. Like there are little mosquitoes that suck little straws in me and then suck up my energy. And by the time I get home, I got none left.
That's fair.
Yeah. And lastly, one last thing is that they say that they have unique way of approaching issues and problems, and they have good problem solving skills, which I find myself as having. That's one of my strengths, as in my job or in my in my life. When people ask me what my strengths are, I tell them my problem solving skills and working around a issue or a problem is one of my strengths, I would say. So I do see myself resonating with this personality a lot. There are some parts that that are not really true. Like I don't really daydream a lot, and it says logicians daydream a lot, which I don't really think I do. So there's some hits and misses, but I would say it's about like 70% hit and like 30% miss.
Fair. What about logicians you may know at the very bottom of the introduction?
Oh, there are some great people down here. Bill Gates, Christian Stewart, Albert Einstein, Isaac Newton, Rene Descartes, Ellen Page, and it goes on. Neo from The Matrix.
Oh,
that's a pretty good ones.
Yeah,
Damn.
I mean, there's a lot of influential people in there.
True.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, you think Albert Einstein would be challenger in TFT?
If he tried to be, he would figure out like the angle and the timing. He would do the theory of relativity on you firing a skill shot and hitting that person, and then he would just do the math. He'll be like AI, but
he would try 1,000 different team comps, and then he'd get one right, and he'd be like,
he wouldn't miss a single minion. He would do the mathematical model of each minion's auto attack on each minion, and he would do, right now. Oh, minus 52. Oh, right now, and he would get every single minions.
Well,
all right,
that's
your
fair.
turn.
I would say mine is pretty damn spot on. I mean, always like seeking the joy in life. I'm very much an optimistic kind of guy. That definitely fits.
The glass is always half full.
Oh yeah. I mean, everyone says it's half empty. I'm like, no, it's not. It's half full for sure. If there's only one answer, it's half full. But then also the campaigners are like independent and creative, for sure. But I'm always on the lookout for like the magic and the meaning of life, similar to Taption. But I don't like question it. I'm like, what is the meaning? Let's go get it. But I definitely struggle with self-discipline and consistency. That's for sure.
I feel that.
Sure. Which is why I kind of excel in jobs where like I don't have to be like specific. So like doing sales, like it's a new conversation every time. I'm not doing the same thing over and over again. But and like anything, when I was working in a warehouse, even I was doing a lot of like creative shit because it made it feel new again. So like anything I can do that makes it feel new, I like triple down and then learn a lot about it. Which is also very similar to people like Robert Downey Jr., Robin Williams, Kelly Clarkson, Will Smith.
Oh, yes, your favorite.
Ellen DeGeneres. I could be a talk show host.
You could be.
Michael Scott from The Office.
Okay.
Wait, which one is that? I didn't watch The Office. Is that the main character?
Is the main character, yeah.
Okay.
Spider-Man. Like
Ooh.
the persona of Spider-Man that
Okay.
that they're trying to make. And then Phil Dunphy from Modern Family.
No idea what that is.
And Peeta Mellark from The Hunger Games. As well as Willy Wonka from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Nice.
Valid,
Check
I
out
like
my
that one.
Oompa Loompa, you know what I mean?
She's got an issue with
I
something.
don't think we know. What you mean? What's up?
I knew it. The test was rigged. I took it again, and I got what I thought it was supposed to be.
Okay.
Okay, that adds up.
All right.
Yeah, I
well,
got
good thing it's your
ENFJ
turn.
again.
Send it.
Makes sense.
So what's your personality
Update
again?
my profile. So
It's
I'm a
mine, but
protagonist
assertive.
like Fawn, but I'm assertive instead of turbulent.
Okay.
Who did
Which
you have
means
take it on
you're
your computer?
self-assured, even-tempered, and resistant to stress, refusing to worry too much or push yourself too hard.
Okay.
Fair.
So how
Wait,
do you
but
see
what's
yourself aligned with that personality? Do you think it's a
I
pretty
think
good...
that match is spot on. I think, whilst yes, there are times where like I get stressed out, like something will just really be like bugging me, and it's something that like I don't have control over, and like I'll just get like I'll just get like wound up, but like I'll
And then
keep
we
it
start
in, like-
arguing.
yeah, and then Fawn and I start arguing because she feels the same way, and like because we think the same way, we're just not communicating
Mad
to
at
each
each
other.
Mm,
Yeah, like we're like, this is how it's supposed to be, and she's like, that's exactly what I'm fucking saying, and I'm like, no, the fuck, it's not. Like,
And I'm like,
but in reality, it is.
That's so
like we're both shooting
true.
for the same thing, but instead of going this way, I'm going this way, and she's going like this way.
Yeah.
My
yeah,
God.
I literally see that because that's the one downside to having such similar personalities is that
True.
you'll clash a lot. I mean,
True,
yeah,
true.
I mean, it's the same thing in relationships. Like,
Yeah.
me and
I'm
my
gonna wring his
girlfriend,
neck every day.
Polar opposites.
Every day.
She's disciplined, freaking makes the food, like everything's all organized. She got it all on the calendar. I'm like, I added it to the calendar this morning because I didn't even think about it,
Y'all complete each other. It's
Yeah.
perfect.
And so she'll add all the
That's why I
things
have
that I
Morgan.
know I'll forget.
mm.
Exactly.
Yeah, Morgan takes care of like everything else. Like
Yeah.
she makes sure that there's food, even if she doesn't know what she wants to eat. She's still like, we need to get
Somehow
something.
Same
gets
here.
it.
What do you want?
Mhm.
And then I have to think, what do I want to eat? And then once I
It's
come
like,
up with something,
I've
she's
never
like,
thought about that before.
here we go.
Like-
yeah, but she asked the question. Otherwise, I would end up sitting at my desk and I would work all day long. Like no breaks, no like get up to go get food or whatever. Like, I would just end up working because I get so engrossed in what I'm doing that like I wouldn't think about it. But Morgan, she knows that like that's how I work, and so she
Sure.
balances that out really well.
Okay,
It's true.
okay.
What? Who's famous that has yours?
Same as Fawn, Barack
Oh, yeah.
Obama, Oprah Winfrey, John Cusack, Ben Affleck, Sean Connery. I really think that's a good one. Morpheus, the red pill or the blue pill.
Yeah. You definitely fit Morpheus. I don't know how much I believe that Taption
Steely
fits
Booth
Neo,
from
but
Bones is
he could
the
be.
best one on the entire list.
What's the list on the list?
Better than Oprah Winfrey?
Have you have you watched Bones?
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't watched Bones. There's a character from Bones that
What?
I'm like.
Wait,
think.
you haven't watched
never
Bones?
mind.
Bro, if you
never
haven't watched
watched
Bones,
Are you
actually have
crazy,
to.
dude? Bones is so good. It is probably my
Oh god,
favorite,
y'all got him
like,
riled up.
crime show.
Have you watched
It's
White
so
Collar?
It is really good.
Yeah, White Collar's really good. I
It's
like
really
that one
fucking
too.
Good.
I like that one too. But this one, like, I don't know. It's just the way that like they go about doing everything, plus like the plot twist that you get with like, it's so good.
Is it like Death
It's so
Note level?
like of like
Of, like,
quality of
thought?
goodness.
Like no, like it's all planned out, and it like
Um,
makes you think.
I
You know what I mean?
kind of,
Yeah.
kind of, yeah, kind of. It's just like different. Like it's not as sinister.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. Palant, when that whole like arc came up, like
Wait, before you go down that track, I just have to ask Honest if he's seen Code Geass. Have you seen Code Geass? If you thought
It's
that
literally
Death
the
Note-
best anime ever made.
it's the better version of Death Note, right?
Yep.
It's like Death Note with like a. They were like, this anime's good, but like let's just like make it better, and then like
Yeah.
added mechas. Like if you like Death
It's
Note and you've
so
seen it,
good.
go watch Code Geass because it's
It's
just 10 out
literally
of 10.
Best anime ever made by
Wow.
far.
Best anime ever made, for sure. It's not my favorite anime, but it is hands down the best
Yep.
anime ever made. I agree with
Wow,
that
okay.
wholeheartedly.
But my top 3 is Code Geass, then Dr. Stone, which hasn't even finished yet,
So good, though. That's so good.
and then Death Note. Yeah, I think
Okay.
Dr. Stone is
That's
just
fair.
as far planned out.
Okay.
Man, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, Dr. Stone's really, really good. Okay, go down your rant about the specific arc. Look at him being so grumpy. Go ahead, SG.
no, that was it.
That was it.
No, you had a tangent to go on. Tell us about the arc. Tell us
No,
about
no.
it.
I just said it was good. It was just that it was like it's sinister. Like that whole character is like you just want to kick his teeth in, like Joffrey from Game of Thrones. Like
Oh, who are we
Palant.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Booth. I was like, you want to
Oh,
kick
no.
his teeth, sir? I was like, do we watch the same show? I'm confused.
No.
Yeah, that
But anyway,
I
so yeah,
mean-
those are the people on my list.
Okay.
that's fair.
Now, I think it'll be fun to talk about the strengths and weaknesses of each personalities.
Oh, this is
Ooh.
And
good.
then by looking at that, we can figure out who is gonna be what role. I mean, not role as in like what role we're gonna play, but like Shotcaller. Like who's gonna be the
True.
role of major roles that's gonna play in our team, and we can figure it out that way.
Then start.
Okay.
You go first.
I'll go. Okay, so I would go. Let's do the strength first. Let's go around and then do the strength first.
Okay.
My strengths are that I'm analytical, I'm original, I'm open-minded, and I'm curious, and I'm objective. So I think those are self-explanatory. So I'm not gonna like read the descriptions for each. But yeah. So basically, I'm analytical, objective, and open-minded, and I think those 3 are the most representing of those positives.
Fair. I am curious, perceptive, enthusiastic, excellent communicator, festive, good-natured.
Okay.
Pretty solid,
Fun in it.
honestly. I'm like, damn.
Fawn
I
and
kinda
SG.
am.
I think these are the same, no?
I think
Yeah,
it should be.
ours are the same. So we're receptive, reliable, passionate, altruistic, and charismatic.
Okay. Let's go through each personality. Let's go with, I guess, mine first because I went first.
I think you have to account for the weaknesses before you start.
Yeah, let's
Do you do the
weaknesses.
weaknesses then? Okay, let's do the weak. I'll go through my weaknesses. My weaknesses: I'm disconnected, insensitive, dissatisfied, impatient, perfectionist.
I had something to say, but I don't think it's appropriate. And I definitely
something
don't
to
want it
say.
to go on the
He
internet.
sounds like
True.
listen to the weaknesses. It sounds like a top layer.
Yeah, totally disconnected from all the rest. Like
the
everything's
reason I-
happening.
The reason I left it disconnected is like, oh shit, they're gonna roast me about being a top laner and being disconnected. Oh no. And then
Like
the
no wonder
second
you
one
like
is-
top.
The second was insensitive, so I don't care about other lanes. And the third one is dissatisfied. I always get grumpy about my jungle and how my bottom lane always feeds. So I'm like reading through all these, and I'm like, oh my gosh,
We don't always
so
feed.
this is so me. When
Like, I
playing
realize why I haven't climbed. It's because of this, like
No doubt,
like
man.
one
My
thing
personality.
clicking.
All right,
Well,
August, what's yours?
Mine is people pleasing, unfocused, disorganized, true, overly accommodating, overly
I see that.
optimistic, and restless.
Restless, definitely.
Yep.
For sure.
For sure.
For sure.
Yeah, 100%.
And Fawn can read our weaknesses because I read the strength.
Okay. Unrealistic. Overly idealistic. Condescending.
What can I say?
We do be a little condescending. we do have that condescending tone now.
We don't
And
mean it that way.
we don't mean
but
it that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely comes out.
We do be kind of. Cause he'll say something to me, and I'll be like, and I'll say something back, and he'll be like, yeah.
Check your privilege for a second.
Watch yourself.
Intense and overly empathetic. Okay.
Now, I think
That's
I
fair.
think the like if we want to start like talking about these real quick, I think like the most interesting one out of these is the unrealistic one, right? Because like you would think unrealistic and over idealistic are like the same thing, but the descriptions for them are two very different. So like for unrealistic, it says many protagonists put pressure on themselves to right every wrong that they encounter. No matter how hard these personalities strive, it just isn't realistic for them to solve all of the world's problems. If they aren't careful, they can spread themselves too thin and be left unable to help anyone. But then overly idealistic says that protagonists tend to have clear ideas about what's right and wrong. They often think that everyone shares these fundamental principles, or at least that everyone should share these fundamental principles. So it can come as genuine shock to protagonists when people violate their core values, such as truth or justice.
Mhm. That part there, honey. That part there. Yeah,
and I was
that's
gonna
me.
say those also sound the same as overly optimistic.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Optimism can be among this personality's key strength, but campaigners' rosy outlook can lead them to well-intentioned but naive decisions, such as believing in people who haven't earned their trust.
Which is something that we'll roast you for.
Yeah,
True.
It's true. It's true.
It's like you
Very
three are
true.
on the optimistic side, and I'm like one of those negative side. Like one of my weaknesses, I'll read it out to you, is dissatisfied. And it says, logicians can't help imagine how things could be better than they already are. Their personalities are constantly on the lookout for problems to solve, topics to learn, and new ways to approach things. Taken too far, this mindset can become overwhelming, with logicians constantly trying to reinvent the wheel rather than reliably addressing their needs and responsibilities. So, like, to shorten this, I always feel like the situation could have been better, or the decisions our team made could have been better than how it was, even though it may not really be that way. And I I resonated with that because 80% of the game when I play, I bet you guys know this, I am so like, you can hear me, and that's like me saying in my head, "Oh
You
shit,
idiots!
you idiots! That's not how we play this game. There could have been 100 ways of doing that, but in a better way." And
It's like when you watch me play TFT, you're like, my head hurts, and I'm like,
Caption is literally Vex when you put him, like when you get him for TFT. Oh, the glass is half empty.
That's me. I'm such a negative-minded thinker. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm the literal opposite. But it does make sense because, like, what was your communication one? In your strength.
In my strength?
Yeah.
I said my strength was analytical, original, open-minded, curious, and objective.
Objective and open-minded are both like very good for communicating.
That is true.
What's strong in your guys's?
Like-
Wrong?
Strong.
Like a
The
strength?
strengths?
Like what are our
Communicating.
strengths?
Yeah.
Oh, charismatic.
Hmm.
Determined and inspiring, protagonists often find their way into leadership roles, whether they're the captain of the softball team or a leader on the world stage. They rarely lose sight of their main goal to be of service to others.
So you guys both make great supports.
Twilight
Fawn's
House,
the
baby.
She's
Well, no,
like,
okay, and see,
she's like, I'm a
I see-
great support, but I have to also be the main character. So
Yeah, it's hard, you know?
Ash,
I
that's
think,
gotta be it.
I think
Yeah.
this is why I suck in the support role, because like my jungler brain says we go in and we kill them, but I don't do damage because I'm a support. And Fawn's
Yeah.
like, good luck.
Right. And I looked at him, and he looked at me, and I looked at him. I'm like, you know, you do 10 damage, and I only do 25, right?
And
And they both do
why
50?
I don't play in, hence why I don't play support anymore. Like, jungle's just a better fit anyway.
Mhm.
Fair.
The thing
I
I
think-
really go ahead.
I think what we do as a team is we move positions around. Fawn can stay as the disgruntled ADC if she wants, or she can bring out the support Nami tech for Chalupa.
Oh,
True.
That is true. That is true.
We rotate
I only
Honest
play
to mid lane.
enchanters.
We rotate
Which
Honest to
I
mid
feel
lane.
very dominant in mid lane.
okay.
I'll play jungle and Taption plays top, and now we've rotated the roster to where I think people are probably going to get the most success.
True.
Sounds like a plan.
I mean,
Or
I'm
Chalupa
so
can play
and
support.
insensitive.
Yeah,
Top
me and
is the only place I
Chalupa bot.
belong.
Yeah. Fair. And-
Taption's
and-
just like, just leave me alone.
Just don't touch
Okay,
my
don't
lane.
come
Do
up
At
here.
the
not
beginning
come
of the
up
game,
here.
I tell people, don't come to top lane. Just go to mid and bot, and I'll take care of myself.
Don't
That's what I say
place-
literally at the beginning of every single game.
I remember playing with someone else, and it was like me and like Taption, and then it was like someone else, and I can't remember what was happening. And they were like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna come gank top," and he was like, "No, you're good, you're good, bro, you're good."
I'm like, you come in here, it's not gonna help me one bit.
Yeah.
He
Probably
said,
me.
"Yeah."
I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
hungry. I
Yeah,
need
that's
to feed.
dude. The Viego has like infected my brain.
Oh
'Cause,
no.
like, No, I don't.
Oh yeah.
Dude, it's
It's
so cracked.
fun.
It's so
fun.
cracked. I've just been shit stomping my games, like just absolutely ridiculously fed every game. Even the one, like the two that honestly I lost this morning, I was still fed out of my mind.
Yeah.
I
And,
just want to
like-
ask a question. Are you just excited about Viego because now you have a champion that you can consistently take a pentakill skin on? Is that what this is?
Actually, as smart as that is, no, like the champ just lives and breathes with the idea that like I'm gonna stat stick you all day. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter if I get caught in a 1v1 in my own jungle. I'm going to kill you.
Mm,
Yeah.
Understandable.
It's
There
literally
and
the
then I can
better
just go
version of
ham
me.
and I can just do whatever I want all game. And it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Makes sense.
Because I'm going to just steamroll you. If I get caught in a 1v2, if I've got the right items, you're dead. I'm killing you both and I'm walking out and everyone in my
Yeah.
team's going to start question mark pinging me. Why are you alive? Why are you alive? And I'm like,
yeah,
Because I
it's
am the king.
literally that's now you know
He's the
how I
ruined
feel
king.
when I play Yi and have like
Yeah.
16 kills and I'm just so fed. You just feel unstoppable.
and you just exactly. So
You're
Fawn,
just
you
like,
weren't
I
here
can walk
yesterday
into
when I was
7 people.
Yeah. You weren't here when I was talking to Honest yesterday, but there was the second game I played yesterday on Viego when I like picked up the champ, right? The Yumi on my team, I was like 15-2, right? Cracked. I died one time, their laner, and the Yumi just started flaming me with like the whole game. Our Yumi just started like flaming
hold
hard.
Hold up. My first question is, why could you see the flame?
It wasn't a ranked game. It was normal.
I do say that shit to him all the time.
Yeah, it was
how could you see it?
It was a normals game, but like regardless, you're right. I should have had the chat off, but like that like all that did was just feed the hate fire, right? So we won that game. We won that game, and then the next game that I queued up for, the enemy team had a Yumi on it, and the name, I swear to God, looked exactly the same as the teammate I had in my last game. So the entire game, I'm just like filled with rage, right, about this Yumi. So I just repeat ganked bot lane like 10 times in a row and killed them both. And it got to the point where this Yumi types in all chat like, "But what do you have against us?" And I'm like, "You were fucking shit talking me last game, so I'm gonna make sure that you don't get to fucking play the game." Like,
and they're like, "Chief, I don't know what you're talking about."
Yeah, and like the Yumi was like, "I was Ari in my last game."
Oopsies.
So I've just been taking out all of my inner like rage against this player on someone that really didn't deserve the hate.
Oh my god.
Feels bad, man.
At least you won the game.
Feels bad.
Oh yeah, we crushed it. Like they FF 15 because like I think I had like 18 kills and 1 death, and they were like, "There's no coming
That's
back
enough."
from
Yeah,
this."
That's enough of that.
For sure.
Yeah, that's a GG.
But like Viego's just that champ that can 1v9 like that. Like that is exactly what I've been looking for in a jungle. Even when you're behind, you still do stuff. On Warwick, if you get behind, what are you doing? You're maybe CCing a carry if you don't get locked down right away. Like,
yep, it's same as
and that's it.
Like once I get my second item, regardless of how ahead everyone else is, somehow I can just magically pull out a quadra at 0 kills.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Fair.
And it's so fun.
I guess that makes sense. That's why I play Ashe, because even if I'm behind, I'm always useful because I have E and I have ult.
Accurate. And your W slows.
True.
Fair.
True. I can always disengage. I'm always like, all right, I'm out. Goodbye.
Here, we'll wait for Taption. I don't know what he had to step out and do. Probably
Said I gotta
somebody
go.
home.
We've talked about like our personalities, what their strengths and weaknesses are. We can apply this to like our roles, right? Like who's gonna be shot calling on the team. Who's a good person to like be like, "Yo, check yourself. You need to get the fuck out of there," right? Because like shot calling when to go in is different than shot calling when to go out, right? Somebody's probably much more aware of like, "Hey, there's somebody rotating that you guys need to leave." Let's talk about that a little bit.
Chalupa.
Based off of what we've heard. Yeah, Chalupa is a good person to be like, "I'm out."
Yeah, he's like, y'all fuck it up. You don't. I love playing with him because like every single time I go in and do something stupid, he's like, "Yeah, you're a little too far up there. You go. Oh, look at you, you're dead."
I'm a dead. You can go ahead, but I'm a dead.
Yeah, I think that definitely we need to. I think whoever's watching should comment below who they think, based off of all of this, should be the shot caller.
How about we make a case for ourselves? How about we all go through and make a case for each other?
Yeah, we like
based
pitch
on our
ourselves.
personalities, like, and then other people could like shot down other people based upon their weaknesses, and then like say why they're not a good shot caller.
Fair.
All right, Honest, you go first.
Excellent communicator. Good-natured, so no one will get tilted by my shot calls, which will help long term. And I have really good perspective, which to put in perspective is that they're sensitive to other people's feelings and needs. campaigners make the full use of their caring, considerate nature.
But honest, you're also unfocused, and disorganized.
True.
And I don't want to see my Shotcaller be unfocused and disorganized. What do you have to say about
I have
that?
a fix for the focus.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's called crack.
disorganized. I kind of gotta still work on that one. That's for sure. There's literally a trash bin right here, and there's a trash bag full of all the trash right next to my desk. That's how I didn't put it in the trash bin. I don't know why. I just just clean my desk, grab the bag, throw it all in there, set it down.
Okay.
Disorganized, yeah.
I think Honest is a good follower. If you make a call, Honest will follow.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that Honest. I think he can be a little bit ambitious. I'm just being honest. I think you can be a little bit ambitious and go into places that you really have no business going, and you tend to get caught quite a bit.
Curious.
So that is, yeah. I would say that I'm a veto the Shotcaller to Honest for that reason.
Fair.
You veto it. Other people are gonna vote. You don't get to veto it.
Mm-hmm.
We're
just making
Well,
a case.
hey, I'm making the case. My case is I don't think it's the right fit.
Okay.
Fair.
Okay, that's fair.
Now that SG's talking, why do you think you would make a good Shotcaller?
Ooh.
Yeah, with the way that you jump into 3 people. Let's hear it.
I think the macro decisions are solid. I think not communicating to my team enough tends to be the downfall. I think that when everyone is going, I think I know what's right, and they're all doing their own things. So like if I call for a dragon play, right? And like I know the jungler's top side, and so I walk over to dragon, like I'm thinking, hey, people are coming, right? But Fawn's over here thinking, I gotta shove this lane, right? I can't leave this wave. And Honest is like, well, I'm gonna go see where the other jungler is, right? And so I'm the only one at dragon, and then inevitably bot lane shows up, I die, and then everyone's like, well, shouldn't have been there. Like, I pinged, you should have come.
Yeah.
So I think for me, the knowledge is there. It's just a matter of getting my team to actually go to what I'm saying. So if we can,
and
I think if
go ahead.
you were to be the Shotcaller, there when to go in, there would need to be one to say when to go the fuck out.
I agree. That is definitely
that
something,
you listen to.
which is why I made the suggestion of like, I think it's valuable. One, it's valuable for myself because it keeps me grounded, right? Because I'll be like, I'm going in, I can get this kill, I'm going, right? But if I need somebody to be like, dip, bro, I think that's probably accurate for a lot of people, that like if their mentality is let's go, we can do this, somebody's got to reality check them and say, hey, back off.
That's the part I worry about the most about SG being a Shotcaller, because when he said when one of the weaknesses was unrealistic, and you can see that in his gameplay, like he would go in 1v3, or he would just go in like into a bush, like where there could be enemies, thinking that he could just beat the hell, like he thinking that he could 1v9 when he really can't 1v9, like when he doesn't even have his ultimate or a flash up, he just goes in balls deep into the enemy, thinking that it's gonna be a perfect team fight and it's gonna work out somehow. I worry if
unrealistic.
I worry, it might, if he becomes a Shotcaller, he might feel like we can win on 5v5 when we really don't really have a chance, So in those situations, what are we gonna do?
I think in general, just like little tidbit of information is that I generally tend to stay away from the 5v5 fights. I don't think it benefits the team to have everybody grouped up all the time. I'm more, and you can see that when I play a solo lane. You'll 9 times out of 10 you're gonna find me in a solo lane splitting, because like I think applying pressure across the map and then rotating accordingly is more effective than 5v5 A ramming down mid.
True.
I just, so my shot calls are probably not going to be a 5-man group mid. Let's push. It's probably going to be a top lane, go top, go apply some pressure, and let's rotate to a Baron play. Then we're going to all group, hope that we get a kill, and then go in Baron, because I don't think that's effective. We're not doing anything across the map.
So I think the one thing that I would only have a hiccup with is that, like, let's say, for example, like that situation does arise where, like, you end up being the only one that can go to Dragon, or the only one that ends up going, even if someone else can, right? We kind of have to commit as a group. So, like, if you can solo it, like, we kind of have to commit to, okay, we're gonna try to help you solo it, like, as best we can, or we need to be like, like, we need to either go as bot and mid together, or we shouldn't do it at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, weighing out the cost.
Yeah, weighing out the cost. I like that.
Yeah, that's a good point. And like, I think Taption and I were playing. We were playing Flex the other day, and Taption was like, "I'll rotate down to the Herald with you." I was like, "No, like, stay top, because I don't want them to know what's going on, because the second the laner leaves, that's when everyone goes, I wonder if they're on an objective right now, instead of, like, the laner's still showing presence mid and top. I know I can solo the objective if I need to.
And
I'd much rather you keep applying the pressure in the lane. Yeah, I'd much rather you keep applying the pressure in the lane. Let me sneak the drag or the Herald while that you are applying pressure, so they don't know what's going on, because they might think I'm just farming, right?
True.
If I know there's no vision, let me sneak the objective. Don't rotate to what I'm doing unless I definitely know I need your help.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
For sure. Because it can spoil it. For sure.
True.
And
I'm going to make a case for myself, and why I should be the Shotcaller.
Do it.
My strengths are analytical, objective, and those two quality is the greatest strength you could have as a Shotcaller. You assess the situation, you find out what the one best thing to do is, and then you tell the team what to do.
Fair.
You can't disagree with that.
It's true, but what about the disconnected portion?
That's the part I worry about. Disconnectedness and being insensitive. It kind of could be a thing where I don't care what you're doing. This one's the best thing we could do right now as a team. Just do it. I could come off a bit like that.
And then it could tilt someone, and then internally,
they might not take it so easily.
Yeah. Also, the impatient portion.
I'm like,
you might be ready to go in, but then you realize, oh wait, shoot, I probably should have checked that Fawn only had 200 HP before telling her to go in. Like,
no. That wouldn't happen, because I'm analytical. I would know the situation of our teammate. It's just, I would think that timing to go in is right now. So I go in, and I'm like, as I'm going in, I would say, let's go. And then, that's where the impatience comes out. The teammates will be like, what? We're going in? What?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, that, or like it could also be that, like, impatient in the fact of, like, you underestimating how strong they are and overestimating how strong we are.
That
in
could
the
happen.
sense of, like, wow, you don't do any damage, And it's like, well, yeah, he has 60 farm on me. So I don't know where you got the idea that I would deal more damage than him. Where
it
did
does
those
happen
parts
sometimes.
line up?
I'm like, what? That does
Like,
happen sometimes.
Like, you've been like, geez, you don't do any damage, and I'm like 1-4, and I'm 30 farm under when he's been invading my jungle, and I'm like, yeah.
Is that how that works?
I wouldn't have assumed that I do damage. I would have assumed he does. That's for sure. But
True.
So it could be something like that, being too impatient and not looking at the whole picture instead of just looking at the champions.
That is true. And I totally see myself being like that in game. So I got nothing for that.
And then as far as Fawn, she plays on lock cam, guys.
Listen, I play on unlock cam. I play on full unlock cam. You can suck my dick.
Hey, Taption does too. Taption plays on lock cam.
I play on full unlock camera. Let me just say it. I play on full unlock camera. Thank you very much. I don't even have a toggle for lock cam anymore.
Oh, damn.
I would like to petition. I would like to petition for Chalupa to be the shot caller. I don't even want to be the shot caller. I don't even want that for myself because I would like to stand at the back of the fight and for somebody else to tell me when it's safe for me to come in. I think it should be Chalupa, to be completely honest with you. I mean, yeah, I'm just trying not to die. So
yeah, low key,
preserving my own life.
Shotcaller too. I second that.
Yeah,
support Chalupa.
I think it should be Chalupa.
ADC Chalupa.
Support Chalupa. Support Chalupa because, like, I think his champ pool for support this season is supposed to be Rel and Seraphine, so he'd be able to decide, okay, we're going in on Rel, and he'd decide, okay, I'm gonna ult all these people on Seraphine. You know what I mean? So I feel like Chalupa, plus he pays the most attention to the map. I feel like he always seems to know, yeah, well, the jungler is on there like Krugs right now. I don't know how you know that, Chalupa, but Chalupa tends to know that the jungler's on their Krugs randomly, like 25 minutes into the game. If I hawk shot the Krugs, the jungler's probably going to be right there.
Yeah, I think Chalupa would be good. The only downside that I think we'd run into is lack of communication.
That is true. He is very quiet.
Yeah,
he is very quiet.
Like he'll be unmuted the whole time and not say a word.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, wait, you were still here?
True.
That is true. Chalupa does need to he needs to communicate more. But if we can get his communication up, I think Chalupa would be the best option, to be honest.
True.
Ultimately, but it's not up to us. It's up to what other people say. So
yeah, let's hear what other people have to say about it. I mean, Chalupa's not here to make his case. Flank's not here to make his case. But
True.
Too bad.
Which they can comment below.
That's
they can comment below.
Yeah, they can comment below if they care enough.
Their fault for not being here.
They've watched this episode and they're literally watching it right now. I literally see you watching, or I don't. In which case, you're gonna have to figure it out.
Truth. All right. And with that, I think we can go ahead and wrap it up for today. Thank you guys for showing up to the SSS podcast. We will see you guys next week where we will come back with the results. Catch you guys next week.
Yeah.
Players out.